Well, hey everyone, it's the Eurobandit here once again, and I know that there's been quite a few hi-fi related videos lately and not so many car videos. However, that's gonna change pretty soon because there's gonna be quite a few car videos coming up during the rest of the spring and summertime as well, so stay tuned. Anyway, so I decided to show you guys my test stereo setup, which I put together quite a while ago, because I kinda got tired of constantly swapping out amplifiers, receivers and cassette decks from my main and only setup, so I decided to put together a secondary setup where I could do that and have a rather permanent main setup. And I did that right after I put my Pioneer SX1250 receiver to use. And this right here is my setup. This is how it looks like. So JVC SP55 speakers, which are from the mid or late 80s I believe, but they're from the 80s nonetheless. These are actually my very first decent speakers that I bought. I believe I bought them back in 2012, so that's like 6 years ago. Not only do they look nice, they also sound excellent, considering them being mid-end speakers. They're really great and they've impressed me from the very first day I bought them. And in the middle is this JVC JAS31 stereo integrated amplifier from the late 70s, which I bought quite a few years later. I bought this thing mainly to try out. I did deoxidize all the pots and switches, and I also looped them afterwards, and while I was at it I went ahead and gave it a good clean. Also cleaned the knobs and the faceplate. If you happen to have a receiver or amplifier and you want to clean the faceplate, be very careful when you do that, especially if you want to clean it underneath the shower like I did, because that usually obtains the best results with hot water and dish soap. However, on certain equipment the texting will wash off. I did happen to notice that issue with Akai stereo equipment and JVC as well. However, I never had that issue with any Pioneer equipment, whether it was mid-end or high-end. So you do want to be careful. Of course, I've rewritten all the texting with a permanent marker, and it didn't turn like the factory texting, obviously, because that's impossible, but the most important thing is to know what's what, and it turned out alright in my opinion. Now, as far as the sound goes, this amplifier sounds great. It's also quite powerful. I might do a review of it. So the amp is hooked up to these speakers. However, I did drag some extra wires in case I want to test another pair of speakers. One on the left side, one on the right side, and they're both labeled left and right. I made sure that there's a bit of gap between the end of the wire so they don't touch each other. I only turn on the speakers A, or system 1 as it says on the amplifier. Whenever I want to test another pair of speakers, I simply turn it over to system 2, just like so. Now I got two sources hooked up to this amplifier, one being the auxiliary one on the back side and the other one is the tape 2 on the front side, and cable goes underneath and then it comes down here. Tape 2 is a regular RCA input and the auxiliary is a 3.5mm jack to RCA, obviously. And this is very helpful whenever I want to test a pair of speakers. I simply plug in my smartphone and simply play a song. Now it's obviously selected to auxiliary, and whenever I want to use the RCA connection, I simply flip the monitor to tape 2, just like so. Now this is a regular piece of furniture which I've painted this side, and it's basically my redneck photo studio, which works amazingly great. A lot of recent videos about hi-fi are actually recorded on this furniture. I also use it to take pictures of certain objects. It works wonderfully, and it's also decent sized. And that's it. This was an overview of my test stereo setup. As you saw, it's really nice and straightforward. Hope you liked this video. For more classic hi-fi car videos and a variety of other videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Cheers!